Well, while we're waiting on parts for the black truck to show up, we're gonna get to work on the Suburban. I'm not really sure why he parked it there the other day, but now we got to hook onto it and drop it. And I think we're gonna start with the main issue with it is it has a fuel leak. Hold on. Go forward a touch. Too much. All right. So the main issue with it is there's a fuel leak on one of the lines that isn't allowing it to build up pressure, so it doesn't want to run. So we're gonna try just putting a few gallons of gas in it, find where the leak is, and then probably drop the tank and then hopefully fix that fuel leak. I am really excited about that thing though. The barn doors do have rust on them, but I have spares that are the same color, which is nice. And I think it looks like just they lift off and you slap the new ones on. And then the guy I got it from was super confident that just fixed the fuel leak and the thing should be a running, driving truck. So we'll see if he's a liar and if I'm a fool. Alright, we got it successfully unloaded, didn't turn and fall off the ramps. Now we can give you guys a little bit of a better walk around of it. It's in pretty good shape, honestly. There's a little bit of rust under the doors in the typical rocker areas, but really not that much. You usually see them. I mean, this one's basically just starting. Oh yeah, that's just starting. I can just sand that and spray it and that should last a while. I think the other side might have been the same. The doors, this door's got a little bit starting here too, but really not bad. Better look at the interior. The seat's got wear, armrest has wear, that's pretty typical. This seat, aside from the armrest, looks pretty good. A little cracking here. I love these dashes, these upgraded dashes. Well, the newer dashes. I think they started these in 95, 96, 95, around that time. And man, I love them. It makes it feel like so much of a newer truck. Going from the dash that's in the 88 to one like this. I never looked in the glove box. He said that he had the pinouts that he used for the oh no, what's this? This is receipt for some exhaust work. He said he had some exhaust work done to it. And these must be the pinouts that he was talking about for the ECU. Yep, all the pinouts. Transmission plug. Alright, so we got a door hinge. It needs some cleaning, don't get me wrong. Cleaning in the headliner, which this one, wow, that's weird. The headliner back there is totally fine, and then right here, it drops down and sags. That's pretty weird. Seems like the whole thing would do it, but nope. But yeah, here's one of the back doors. It looks like pretty damn close color. The third row seat. The back seats here look good. They haven't been used too much. And then just need some cleaning from sitting. No rust on these rockers, that's good. Yeah, you can see it does need those doors. The only real difference is the new ones don't have this the two-tone down there. Bam, barn doors. Fucking love that. Like, this was just the cherry on top of it for me. I don't know, I don't exactly know why it is, but these barn doors are just so much cooler than the lift hatch. And then he threw in a fender that he had for it too. We going all the way into the garage? What? All the way in? All the way in. See if that quad can move this heavy bitch. That's a no. Still a no. And it does have trailer brakes. Alright, so dropped the tank, found the fuel leaks in the lines, replaced those, got everything back together. Cleaned up a couple little wires that were hanging on pulleys and stuff, getting ground up, and we're about ready to try and fire it. And then check fuel pressure and Hopefully it fires up. Hopefully everything's good. Yeah, hold on, not enough hands. I didn't like that sound. Yeah, that was new.
Might have to keep running for a second.
God damn it.
Okay, here we go.
Ow. Son of a bitch. Fuck, that sucked. Fucking thing blew up right on my hand. God damn. Sounded like a gunshot, like right here. I don't know if I want to stand here anymore.
Come on, baby. I have enough gas.
It's not reading anything.
I don't think there's any fucking gas. Not enough to pick it up.
I have a headache now.
Yeah, that fucker's loud. Wasn't expecting that.
No, me neither.
Well, let's run and get 5 gallons of gas. In case you couldn't hear me.
My ears are still ringing.
Yeah, that motherfucker's louder than shit on the inside.
That fireball was completely around my hand. And I threw the starting fluid on the floor in case it caught on fire and blew up. Yeah, you can. I'll work the ignition next time. To be continued. All right. Got some more gas in it. Where'd you put the? Up here. Any fuel pressure yet?
About 5 pounds.
Well, it's better than it was before. Let's start cranking.
Okay. 25 now.
That's a little upsetting.
Now when it backfired, could it have pushed one of the push rods? Or bent a push rod.
Maybe.
It was up to about 60 pounds of pressure.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, at least fuel pump's working.
God, that would just be the shittiest luck if it did backfire, bend a push rod.
Maybe the lifter's just having a hard time building up.
That's kind of why I've revved it a couple times, but. Well, it does fire up, it does run, it does have pretty good fuel pressure, but it also has a knock. I was hoping that when it backfired, it might have been a couple push rods. So I got this side torn apart and I checked all these push rods. These ones are all good. So I'm gonna throw this back together, check the other side. I got a feeling those ones are all gonna be good too. The thing that's really confusing me is when we were at the guy's place, we were able to get it fired up. We did hear it. It ran for 45 seconds before it ran out of gas, and it sounded good then. For whatever reason, whenever a vehicle comes through this garage door, some shit like this happens. But we'll get it figured out. Luckily, if worst case scenario, if we have to, these 5.3s are pretty cheap. There's nothing in the oil. We checked the dipstick. It just has that knock sound. But right now we're at the stage of just inspecting everything and trying to find out what actually is causing that knock. And then once we find out, we'll either fix it or have to pull this motor and put another one in it. But it does fire up, it does run. He's cutting up door hinges right now to swap on the new barn doors. And just like that, we're in the future. Your future, my present. I had to endure a couple days of crap. No, I'm not dressed like this just for fun. It's 40 degrees out, and that's why I'm extra pissed off right now. Anyway, quick update on the Dirty Burb here. Did some more investigating, and it definitely seems like a rod knock, something on the bottom end. And the guy I got it from, he assured me that all it needed was just the fuel line fixed, and you could run it and drive it, and it'd be perfect, no issues. So I sent him a message, and we were talking a little bit back and forth. I did actually end up telling him that it bent a rod just because he pissed me off. He was telling me a bunch of shit was wrong with the quads, which I knew was bullshit because before we loaded them up onto the trailer, we were running them around. Well, the red one, the white one we just had fired up. So he pissed me off, so I told a little bit of a white lie and said that we actually bent a rod, but I think it's just a rod bearing. I just wanted to make him feel even worse. But I think we might be able to wiggle the oil pan off and possibly replace the rod bearings with the engine still in it, and then hopefully we should be good to go. Now obviously we're going to start with draining the oil before pulling the oil pan off. That's just common sense 101. And while we're doing that, I'm going to take this little paint strainer, see if there's any metal in it or anything like that, and hopefully there's, if anything, there's very, very little. If there's actual chunks of stuff, that's muy, muy no bueno. If that happens, we might, I'm really hoping that that's not the case, but if that is the case, I think I'll probably yoink this motor out, yoink the one out of James Brown, because that's a 5.3. I think they're both 2005s. Not that that really matters. Probably throw some bearings in that one just to be safe, because I think one of them had a little bit of slop, and I was going to do that regardless. Throw some new bearings in it. And then maybe, if that's the case, if this one's fine, we're not going to do this, but if we do have to swap motors while that one's out, before throwing it in this one, I might throw a little cam in it. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I do that way too often. Let's just start with draining the oil, see if there's anything in it, and we'll go from there. Alright, good and finger tight. Got the filter. God, what? We checked the dipstick and it looked good, but oh, damn it. Oh, double damn it. Shit. Oh no. That was like one of the worst case scenarios. Alright. Ooh, we are filling that thing. Oh, she's a gusher. Oh man, we're. Ah, damn it, man. That sucks. This week has just been so bad. Oh my god. Ah. Kick her forward again. There we go. Uh-oh. No, those are just bubbles. That should be enough to get a good idea. Man, I really thought I could do this without getting covered in oil. Ha! How naive. What a fool. What a fool. Let's go look at this on the under the good light. There's one piece of something, but the rest is just bubbles. Alright, so whatever was there wasn't like metal or anything, because it just fell apart when I touched it. So I'm not actually seeing anything, and I'm not seeing any metallic to it. It looks like just old dirty ass oil. So I think we might actually be good there. We might actually get lucky and just have to replace some bearings, because it doesn't look like there's any metal, no metallic sheen to it. It just looks like dirty oil. So now I'm going to pull the filter off and try to open that up as neatly as I can and take a look in the filter, see if there's anything in there. And if that looks good too, then we'll keep going, pull the pan off, and hopefully just throw some bearings and new oil in it and call it good. I think we got it. Yeah, we got it. No! Very rarely can I actually take a filter off without making a huge mess. So I'm trying to be extra careful this time. Come on, any second now. Any turn. Any turn. And there it is. Oh, there. Whew. Oh, ooh. Haha. Oh, no! What? Damn it. No. I thought I had it. No. Dang it. Ah. Let's go see if we can open it up. Now, ideally for opening up an oil filter, you'd want to use a tool similar to like a cutting wheel for a brake line or something like that. But I don't have one of those. So we're going to get medieval with it. You really don't want to use something like this because this will leave metal shavings and it might contaminate things and it'll leave metal in there, and that makes it kind of harder to read things. But really it's only going to leave it where you cut it. So I mean, if you read all through here, you can still get a pretty good idea of things. At least that's my thinking. I'm sure some internet engineer will chime in and tell me that's way wrong, but that's what I'm going to do. Okay? So we might be able to just cut right along this seam here and pull it apart. If not, I'll just move down into the filter body some more. Well, it seems to be working. Ha! Hey! There we go! And it doesn't look like I got too much metal in there either. Sweet! Voice fell apart. Alright, let's kind of deform the case a little bit. So if anybody was wondering what the inside of an oil filter looks like, that's it. I'm not actually seeing any metal in there. I mean, it's shiny, but that's just because it's a liquid and liquid is reflective. But I'm not seeing any metallic sheen in there. Well, there's a little bit. There is a little bit. Here, let me show you guys inside the oil in here, and you can see it a lot better. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, but you can see a little bit of like a metallic in there, and that's all metal. So there was a little bit of something getting eaten up. I would assume and hope that that's just a bearing and not a bent rod, but we won't know that for sure until we pull the oil pan off. And unfortunately, I think that's gonna have to wait until the next video because it's getting late and I got split ski. So we're gonna hold off on this for now. And then in the next one, we'll pick up tearing the oil pan off and inspecting the rest of the motor. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys like the dirty burb here. I think that's what I'm gonna call it, the dirty burb. Seems appropriate, it's very dirty. But I hope you guys like it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.